Okay, in workshop 1 we have two important things that he's trying to focus. That is, how do I read standard input, right? And the other one is that when I pass parameters to a script, how do I capture those parameters? What I mean to say is that, for example, I have a script, that my script, and I pass in parameters. Let's say this is like morning. And then I pass another parameter which is like 13. So when I pass these two parameters, how do I store them in a variable in my script and then do things with them? This is one of them. So once again, I have this is one of the one, which is that how do I capture these parameters. The other one is that, for example, I have how do I take standard input. Say, let's say I'm gonna pass an echo blah blah blah. This is an output. This part until this pipe or this straight vertical line, this is one command, and this command is gonna give an output of blah blah blah. So my first command is gonna give an output of blah blah, and then when I run my script, how does my script capture this output? So once again, how do I read standard? This is gonna be a standard output of one of the command, and how do I read them as a standard input of this command? I mean, as a standard input of this command. So let me rephrase it. I think I was a little confusing. What I said is that this command will give an output, which is blah blah blah, and this command, which is my script, is supposed to take this output as an input. And how do I capture it again? So let's get to it. Okay, so let's write a script. Nano, you know how to write a script. We're gonna start with nano. Nano is my editor, and when I say minus w, I mean to say that I'm going to write something to it. So nano w my script.sh. Right, so here we are. Okay, whenever we want to write some script, what we want to do is we want to do something called shabang. That is hash bang. So hash bang, and this that is right. Bin bash. What it tells that it tells my Linux system or my Unix system that this script should be written or interpreted by a bash interpreter. Okay, because you know there can be several interpreters when you come across computer science. There is bash, there is Python, there is JVM, which is for Java. So there are several, right? So I want them to read and interpret in terms of bash. So let's go get started. So so here's the thing. My output, I'm just gonna write a comment so to get an idea of how this. So echo blah blah should be when I give it to this one, my script .sh. Sorry, this is how you run my script, and I will write right. So remember, this is not part of the program. This is a comment. This is what I want my final output to be. My final goal to be that when I give an input from one of the command, my other script, this script, should take this as an input, and also it should be able to capture the parameters that I pass on. So how do I do that? So let's see. To capture the parameters, what I do is that I for example, my name, right? Name is equal to 1. So any parameters that I put, the first parameter is 1. If I put another one, it will be second. If I put another one, it will be third. So this is how we capture parameters. So the name. So I will capture this parameter, the first parameter, in my variable name. Cool. So let's go get going with the next one. My message. No. Other thing is that I want to read this output of the first command as an input. So what I do is that to read input, standard inputs, what we do simply is actually pretty much literal. Read message, or you can write anything message, right? So this guy is gonna read any standard input given to it, not the parameters passed by. And make a difference between these two. This is my standard. When I change this to, it will be my standard inputs. However, both are actually kind of input, but this is gonna be like I'm passing the input through like a parameter, and this is like I'm passing the input through as a standard input. Cool. So let's so I have two variables here: a message variable which I'm gonna read as a standard input, and a name variable which I take as the first parameter. So let's say let's just structure a nice command which is echo name. Oh, by the way, when you want to use the variables, you give a $sign. Name says message, right? So you see how I'm using these two inputs, two different kind of inputs. All right, so let's see if that works. Hopefully that works. Let's do that. So I'm going to save it. How do I save it? Is that let's see, I'm going to do control. So this is actually telling it that when I want to save it, it's just that control O. So control O gives me this option that do I want to write it to the script. I just press an enter, and let's get out of here. Remember how to get out of the editor is this exit, obviously. Okay, now when I show the messages, let's see if I have that file. It should be my, so this is my script. No, this is not the one. This is the one I just wrote, right? So see, this is not a green color yet, which means that it is not, that if I want to run it, it won't run. So what I have to do is that I have to do something called chmod x, and I'm gonna write my script.sh, right? So and now if I do it, it turned green because it's now an executable. All it means in English is that I will run it. When I run it, it will run. So let's try to clear this mess. Okay, here we are, and let's write some message. Let's say blah blah blah. As I remember the way I wrote in a comment in the previous one. So the standard output of this guy is supposed to go here. My script sh. This is how I run my script, and I'm gonna write the names. All right. There is something wrong, so I'm gonna check this. What is wrong? Nano. My script. Let's see. I think to capture, the first thing you should do is for some reason I think this guy is probably making a mistake. I'm guessing probably this guy is making a mess of it, and pressing. Otherwise I have another one. Oh, no. So if I write, yeah, still having an error. So wait, I think I have an idea. This guy, which is supposed to be probably here in the first one. How do you paste something? You know, the thing is that you can't really paste anything anyway. Read message, right? So if I just get out of here, oh, it's still same name command not found. Name command not found. So what's wrong here? I can't really figure out. Did I make this mistake? Probably. Do I have to do this? Not yet. Okay, let me just see again. My script.sh name is $1. Read message. Name is not found. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me try again. Yep. Okay, so Bash is very sensitive to spaces. So my God, it's actually really scared me. Bash is pretty sensitive to spaces. So in the previous one, what we had was that there was some space, and you can't have a space. You have the variable name, give an equal sign, and this is how I captured the first parameter. Now if I reckon it shouldn't be a matter if you know how they are, what is the order of things. So if I just, yep, it's fine with it. So let's see the code again. I am capturing my first parameter by writing $1. If there's a second parameter, it's gonna be $2. Okay, I'm capturing I'm capturing standard inputs by the command called read. So this is how I read standard inputs. And finally, I do some code. I mean, in this case, I'm using these variables. Remember, when you want to use, after you store these variables, remember this is a variable, this is a variable. After you store the variable, you use them with the $sign. Never forget the $sign, otherwise it will have a mess. And that will be all. So let's try it one more time. Yes. So if I just say clear, so echo the weather, this workshop is actually simple, but even I'm stuck. This is my message, and here we go. Okay, and I'm gonna give it as an output to the other one, which is my script, myscript.sh. And who is saying it? Let's say Mr. Bill Gates is saying it. Okay, when you have two words in your name, give a quotation mark. Bill Gates is saying it, or Mr. Peter Handley, or my name, whatever. Alright, so Sifa Sultan says this workshop is actually simple, blah, blah, blah. So you see, I captured the output of this one as a standard input, and I passed this parameter, and I was also able to capture it. That will be all. If time comes up, I will also add more videos. Thank you very much for watching.